most of you already know, or probably you do not know, that much of the green leafy vegetables that we have in the market, they are already toxicated. They are not fit for human consumption. The green leafy vegetables are kales, the skuma, we have spinach, we have managu, there is terere, there is morenda. Much of these vegetables are sprayed with harmful pesticides. They are good pesticides that will prevent the pests, the actual pests, things like aphids. I'm not sure whether that is the right pronunciation, that infest onto the leaf of the plant and completely, I mean, as a farmer, you cannot harvest anything that if you're not using the right pesticides. But at the same time, there are pesticides which are being used and they've been used for a very long time to fasten the growth so that farmers can release these vegetables, they can harvest them, take them to the market and quickly get money. Recently, about 3 months ago, I got to learn that nowadays a lot of wheat is being dried using the pesticide, and there's a specific pesticide that is used for preventing, that kills the weed growth. I'm not going to specifically mention names. And now farmers, some of these wheat farmers, especially the ones in Narok, they are taking advantage and using that pesticide, the one that is used for drying the weeds, and at the same time, even that used for drying the weeds, it's not that it's any better, it is also harmful to the soil and even from the foundation, the root of the plant, because and even to the farmer who is spraying that pesticide. Okay, now let's get back. What is the wheat? Wheat nowadays is being dried by using the pesticides, and it is being dried immediately just before harvest, prior to harvest. They can dry it today or 2 days and they take it to the factory. So that, what does that mean? Much of the flour that is being used to make bread, and bread is highly consumed in Kenya, not only in Kenya, in Africa and all over the world. At the same time, there's people are making mandazis every day, they are eating chapati. So much of the wheat that we have in the market, it's already toxicated, all right? And again, after they process that flour, they add preservatives, and some of these factories are adding double preservatives to these flours and the rest of the foods because of competition. They know if our product will not fastly move from this supermarket, from this chain of stores, or from the factory, then at least it is well preserved. And if you can, I mean, I'm not sure of the shelf life of most of these flours, but that is what is happening. Onions as well are being dried using that pesticide that is used for killing the weeds. And myself, I personally experienced that. That was about that week for Easter. Yeah, I went to the market and bought quite. I think I bought 2 kgs of onions, and trust me, I went at a loss. Not a lot. In fact, I was celebrating. I was so happy because what happened? It was yes, it was in April, that week for Easter, and it was raining. So when it is raining, you know, some of these vegetables, especially potatoes and onions, are normally a bit wet, not well dried, because there's no sun. Some have not used the solar dryer, they have not invested in that. And when I bought 2 kgs of onions, and I decided the next day to dry them. I arrived in the house at night, and I decided, I personally put them in a uteo. Come on, uteo. I don't know what is the name of uteo in English. So I put in uteo and placed them on my backyard and dried. I dried both onions and potatoes. And trust me, I went at a loss for both of them. So for the potatoes, what happened? They started rotting slowly by slowly, and they did not just look okay to me, and I doubted them, so I did not consume them. For the onions, I dried them only 1 day. They were there, they basked at the sun, they got sun dried the whole day, and in the evening, my house help returned them to the house. The next day, going to check on the onions from the store, the onions were all rotten. What does that mean? These onions had not been properly dried using either the sun or the solar dryer. So they were dried using pesticides, and it seems some of these pesticides are not okay with the contact of the sun. And actually, I appreciated that happened. Now that is for onions. No, I for a long time as well that this has been happening. That and you have heard of these stories. Personally, I've heard of these stories that farmers in Nyandarua, potatoes are growing within 3 weeks or even less than a month, and they harvest them and take them to the market, and they quickly get money. And we know Kikuyus love money a lot for some reason. They just love money than the other tribes. Okay, so that is for the potatoes. Tomatoes, for a very long time, those have been sprayed with pesticides and pesticides. We have good pesticides and we have harmful pesticides. So where am I going with the rest of the story? Much of the rice as well we have in the market is from Pakistan. Most people do not consume their local rice. That is rice from where, or rice the pishori. Myself, I lately have been consuming, not lately, for a long time I've been consuming the pishori. I either consume the pishori from where, or the pishori from Tanzania. That rice where you chagua, unachagua, that is the best rice. You don't want to do the old school way. You want to save time, but at the same time you are arming your body. So most of these rice that we have from Pakistan, they have double or triple or even 5 times of preservatives. So that if these rice are in the market for 5 years, they are still very well clean and packed and not messed up with, and they are very good for the market. Still well packed in the sacks, in the gunias, okay? So much of this, the rice that we have in the market from Pakistan has double preservatives. And you know those what the preservatives, excess preservatives will do? They have synthetic estrogen. And synthetic estrogen, I mean, already that is harmful to the body. So where am I going with this story? Now, because of much of the food that is in the market that is toxicated, so you will find, I'm into nutrition business. My company is known as NutriSuper, and is a natural health and wellness brand focusing on body fuel products. And as you can see, I have quite a number, not many. I have 3 products here next to me. They are all packed in green, one in a dark green, and the others in light green. This is slippery elm, these are guava leaves, this is bandok, and I should be having charcoal here. Let me just pick it. I should be having charcoal somewhere. It's okay, I'll not pick it at the moment. And this is one of the highest sellers. This one, the one that you can see here, is one of the highest sellers, what you can see. Slippery elm, okay? So slippery elm is initaita baba yao or mama yao. So if you have any sort of acidity, stomach ulcers and acidity, this is the right medicine. Yeah, and I've received a lot of testimonies from a number of customers about slippery elm. Yeah, it totally within 3 days. Trust me. So what usually happens, you only take a teaspoon per day, early in the morning, before any sort of meal. It will depend on when your morning will begin. But when you take it the first intake, what usually happens, your acidity is suppressed, it goes low, so it doesn't affect you as it has previously been affecting you. And then by the 3rd day, your acidity is completely gone or suppressed completely. You have no acidity attacks or bloating or constipation or whatever sort of stomach challenges that you have. But mostly the acidity, this cures, but it cures the rest of any gut problem is cured by this. All right, so this is a sure bet. I've received quite a number of testimonies from customers. It has worked well for them, and I'm introducing you to this. We also have other products at NutriSuper that are good for the gut system. This guava leaves work very well for me. It's a very fast detoxer. Yeah, within two hours. It doesn't take more than 4 hours. Once I drink it and I feel effect. Actually, me within 2 hours, there's already very quick effect onto my body. It is also used for constipation, for diarrhea. It is rich in vitamin C. It can be used for masking and scrubbing of the face because of the vitamin C level. And it also has a content that is good for the eye health. Then we have bandok. Bandok here. This is a superfood, almost into the same class of moringa. Yeah, almost into the same class of moringa and what else? I classify these under moringa and something. What is the other? I'm forgetting. I think it's almost lunchtime and I'm hungry and I'm next to the kitchen. There's bandok, which is in the same class as moringa, and dandelion. All right, I'll quickly introduce dandelion in my next video. Okay, so this is it's a very effective colon cleanser. Also, patients with H. pylori, this completely cures H. pylori. It is rich in a number of vitamins. It is rich in a number of minerals. It is, trust me, it is a superfood. It improves blood circulation. It regulates the blood sugar levels, improves the heart health, the skin health. I mean, these are perfect. These are superfood. Okay, so keep healthy.